Good day, everyone. My name is Michelle A. Maravillas, and I'm going to report my final requirement in transportation management, which is a case study analysis. My case title is all about the development of marine transportation system in supporting sustainable tourism in Nusa Penida Island, Bali, Indonesia. So the background of the case study is, according to Allen 2010, marine transportation is a system that includes ships, waterways, ports, intermodal connection, related infrastructure, and users of the system. So for example, in Nusa Penida Island in Bali, Indonesia, and other islands surrounded it has a potential in tourism activities as well as revenue, which can help to the economy of the country Indonesia. So these islands are namely Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Seningan. So marine transportation in Indonesia needs to be improved because the country has not yet realized the relationship between the tourism industry and other sectors. Bali Island, Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Seningan have limited transport capabilities in the tourism industry, which could trigger an economical bust. So the problem is the mobility of marine transportation is limited due to few vessels to operate but large demand for the mobility of transportation. This also includes the transportation cost, which is a basic rule in demand and service. The island has ports that needed to be improved, which are the Padang Bay Port in Karangasem Agency and Sanur Port in Denpasar City. The lack of support from the government for the infrastructure and improvement has resulted to hinder and interfere with the delivery of services and pose a security risk. But it also reduces accessibility and user productivity. Due to few boats can only operate, it also imposes problems on overloading, negligence of safety protocols, unmodernized equipment, and lack of government support due to cross-cutting. These problems are due to a lack of safety awareness from operators and communication from the government of Indonesia. So the alternative solution is the main problem of Nusa Penida Island lies in its poor port facility and few boats to accommodate the demand of tourists. So we all know that. Infrastructure is needed to improve the experience and accessibility of marine transportation. Hence, creating a docking site for the marine vessel will further maximize the usage and mobility. It also includes high transportation costs for tourists and local people. Three options can arise for the infrastructure: transportation costs and marine mobility, namely semi-constructualization of marine vessel from a private company, government owning and constructing ports and marine vessels, and government privatization of marine transport and port. So, the evaluation of alternatives. So, in semi-contractualization of marine vessel from a private company, a contractual arrangement and a new legal concept to encourage private enterprises and entrepreneurs to help the government in its development effort. So, in the government to own or construct ports and marine transportation. So, for example, in the US, they create an agency called Integrated Action Team or IAT, which will focus on integrated investment in marine transportation and infrastructure. So, they provide support from marine transportation on project services and activities. They seek help to the private sector to support them in their service by giving government incentives. So, next is the government privatization of marine transport and ports. So, For example, in the Philippines, the state-owned enterprise or SOE, like marine transportation, has eaten up roughly a quarter of the national budget, and the Philippines government pushing to privatize some of its SOEs to be privatized the non-performing assets. Hence, the privatization of a port operation seen around the world has succeeded in improving the efficiency and productivity of ship operating and handling. Recommendation: the Nusa Penida Island Bali, Indonesia could not meet user demand. The relationship between the tourism industry and other sectors has not been considered and realized. The most suitable option to materialize and which other countries use are semi-contractual. The current approach in Nusa Penida Island is top-down, planner to user, but it requires interaction between them. Therefore, four factors need to be considered. These factors are: A. Strategies and recommendation for ascertaining sea shipping, B. Infrastructure improvement, and C. Availability of maritime transportation networks and services, and D. The most important is the community. That's all, guys. Thank you for watching my report, and God bless us all.